Hey guys, back at Kinda here. I'm talking quietly because it's still night time. By the way, I'd actually live there if you're wondering. But as you can tell by the title of this video, it's kind of a bit of a reflection about who I have become. And I'm not even going to say over this past year, but more the past year and a half. And this isn't really anything to do with me being bisexual, because I figured all this stuff out about myself long before the stuff I'm going to talk about in this video. And she's a bit of a disclaimer at this point. I'm going to wait until these cars pass because I really want you guys to hear this properly. Okay. Also, if I happen to crack any jokes or anything like that, I'm not doing this to be disrespectful. That's not the disclaimer. I'm just remembering that now. But this is a disclaimer that what I'm going to be talking about in this video is kind of a hard topic. This is a topic on depression, on suicide, on stuff like that. And this is like a really hard video for me to make. It's one I've wanted to make for a while, or part of this video is. But it's basically, what have I become? Because I've realised I am a completely different person to who I was just a year and a half ago. For one thing, I like guys now, but see, I told you I was cracking a few jokes. But it's not a big thing. Like, over a year ago now, I would say, has it been October? Yeah, okay, so I'd say October, November time last year was when I started with, I'm going to say feelings, and not feelings as in the ones I would talk about in another video. No, these were more like feelings of guilt and depression. Like, I don't know why I was getting guilt feelings, but I was. It feels like I was just getting really depressed about anything. And it was at that point, no, I wasn't trying to kill myself yet. Watch the rest of the video, Penny. But there will be pauses as well, because I don't want to say something that I'm gonna regret. This was, funny enough, the reason why I stopped doing the Monday updates was because, as I said, something big happened, and it was due to me saying the wrong thing. And that's why I would like to try and make sure I'm not going to say the wrong thing. I don't want to get anyone in trouble. Like, no one would have been in trouble from the start, but I don't want to mention any names or even stuff that would relate to someone's name in any way possible. I talked about a teacher on this channel before and got detention for it. Why is it that it's just really loud tonight? Anyway, so yeah. This is also, I'm doing this video more for me, but it is something that you guys will be probably interested in, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, so I started feeling like really down, depressed, all that lot. And going into December, like, I'd started a new job at this point. I was working at Home Bargains, and I was really feeling down about a lot of stuff. So when I went to the doctors, they said I had bipolar disorder. Like, it took them it took them a bit to figure it out, but then they realised I was bipolar, due to the fact that I wasn't sure I was depressed, because I was having these bouts of, like, extreme happiness. I was having these bouts of depression, and then they got me to answer a few questions and said, yeah, you're bipolar. I was diagnosed manic depression, which is bipolar. And that's sort of where the main part of this video goes in. And sorry, we kind of had to see me for a moment. Hi. I'm going to point something out as well. Never ask where I am on the spectrum, as I call it, on that. It's a bit like you got the whole sexuality spectrum. It's a bit like that one says spectrum. But don't ask me, like, oh, am I having a high, am I having a low? It's not a question I like to answer. If you ever see me don't ask that question, you'll know. So, where was that? Oh yeah, so bipolar disorder, get diagnosed. Like that was the beginning of this year. This is like really weird camera angle. Oh yeah, there's a reason why I'm just walking about. Like I'm kind of a bit away from home because I didn't want to talk about this in my bedroom where there is a chance that one of my parents can watch or hear what I say, because I'm going to be talking about some hard stuff. That is also your second warning. Mine's getting really cold. It's like it's December at the moment. Like this time last year I was feeling absolute shite. Feeling kind of better now because I've got stuff under control, kind of. But anyway, now that my hair's ginger for some reason, yeah, anyway, so when I go to doctors, the one thing I remember them saying is they didn't want to give me like any pills. Said that they can just cause problems worse. So I'll kind of having to deal with this without anything. They give me phone numbers and things to ring, but I don't like talking on the phone. Especially about things like, to me, this is easy because I'm just talking to a phone camera. If I wanted to, I wouldn't even have to upload this video, and that's what makes it easier to talk, because I know that until I upload the video, people don't know. This is also the reason I like talking about stuff in the room, because all of a sudden what if my mother pops in and says, Joseph, bloody hell, you alright? Yes, I'm fine. But anyway, so I start with these pills, but they have side effects. Like all pills have side effects. It sounds really cold now. And one of the side effects was to be easily irritated, to become irritable, which was not something I wanted. And the thing that made me realise, hang on, I really need to start taking, because I had to go back to the doctor and say, look, this isn't working, they prescribed me the pills. But the thing that made me realise it, I've asked this question before, have you ever been so depressed it has physically hurt? Because that happened one night and it was like, yeah, I have to get help at this point. So, the hell? Weird. Sorry about that. The back of my phone, I've put my finger to it and it lights up red. I'll show it on the video. Anyway, so yeah, I go get these pills, and immediately my brain goes into whack. Like I start having all these expressive thoughts. That's not what they're made by. But I remember the night I started taking them, because I took one and they weren't meant to act straight away, but for some reason they did. And my friend had gone out with another friend, and I remember texting him like I was his mum, not actually saying, oh, I'm your mum, or like that. It's like, oh, you're alright, you're definitely alright, what time are you in for? Like that, he didn't even live near me, and I'm like, what time are you in for? I remember that being a specific one. We laughed about it the next day anyway. But yeah, I completely sent my brain into overdrive, and that took 5 days just to clear all that out of me before I could start thinking straight. But then once I had finished them pills, the doctor said, okay, we want to try you without them again. So I did. And stuff did start to get worse. So I was back on them. But this was where it got weird, and where I had to make a choice I'm going to tell you about later on in the video. So what happened with these pills is these ones were having major side effects. What they should have done, the side effects, as I say, was being easily irritated. And this was really changing my personality. Take this. No, that won't work. It's cold. I've been on this. I've been here before in another vlog. well, this isn't really a vlog, this is a story time. But yeah, when I was taking these pills and they just weren't, the side effects were kicking a bit too much, and this had finally hit me like something needs to change after I went to Cardiff earlier this year. Now, on another YouTube channel I am in, and I'm currently on the pills in this YouTube video, and you don't see anything, but what had happened was on that night, and I've told people this before, but on the night of this first day in Cardiff, something had happened which I should not have got angry over. It kind of scared me how angry I got. I completely tried to abandon and turn my back on one of my closest friends, and to the fact he'd said 5 words to do with the card game we played, at that point I wanted to hit him. I didn't even lay a finger on him, but it was at that point I knew I had to make the choice. Like, as soon as I got back, I then spent a few days, and this was the choice I had to make. Would I rather be angry, or would I rather be depressed? In the end, I did have to choose the depression side because I didn't want to lose my friends. I realised that if I'm deciding to be angry, I'm going to lose friends anyway, and that's just going to make me even more depressed. So I'd rather have friends and have the same feelings. This is not explaining well, I'm sorry. I might be, I don't know. So yeah, that happened. And the next few... cars are really loud. Sorry, so like for the next few months even, I was starting to hit lows quite frequently. And like, they are awful. Imagine I could hit a low at any time in this video. This is how quickly you can change from them, from a high to a low, or from a low to a high. Is I could suddenly, sorry, you see that car there, that red car? This is the grey example, I think. Yeah, that car, right? In the time it would take me to walk past that car, my mood could go from here straight down there. Like, walk past, crash down. And these things were starting to affect my relationships with other people, to the point where I was just becoming a dick to my friends. And to be honest, that's alarming. I really wish I wasn't. So so that kind of takes us to here. I'm going to sort of be reflecting back in a moment properly. But one of the things that, I know I'm kind of rambling, but as I said, I don't like scripting videos when I'm like trying to talk from the heart like this. Shouldn't be depressed. Yeah, so I'm actually taking stuff now that's working a lot better. I'm going to point out, because I don't want people to get worried over it. That was what I'm going to talk about. I'll get onto that point in a minute. Yeah, like I'm okay now, but in this amount of time, you're going to get a really cool view behind me in a moment. In this time when I was like not taking these tablets, and I was getting quite depressed, and I'm now going to say something that I'm probably going to regret later on, but during these bouts of depression, I did attempt to take my own life. However, it did make me realise something interesting about my body, which I don't want to test again, but because I tried paracetamol to do it. I had 25 paracetamol pills, and I've looked back now and realised that wasn't going to be enough, but it should have done some harm. I'd taken 25 paracetamol in one go, and earlier in the day I'd taken like 6 others. And this was due to something else that I'm just going to stop for a moment. This was due to something else that had like caused me to go into this big bout of depression. And yeah, I tried to kill myself. I didn't want to be alive anymore. I thought the world would be a better place without me. Now, after I'd taken the tablets, like, I was thinking, I just laid in my bed. I thought, I'm gonna let it take its toll. And then nothing happened. Like, stupidly enough, physically, nothing happened to me. I felt a bit of a buzzing in my head, but that was it. And I was pretty sure the buzzing in my head, like, you know, that sort of tingly nerve sort of feeling. And I feel that wasn't even anything to do with the paracetamol. I think that was just the fact that, okay, so at the times I was stressed, pissed off at some stuff, and I'd made a mistake about something. That's all I'm gonna say. I say, like, I'm trying to be really vague but specific at the same time. It's not working, I realised. Sorry guys. Yeah, and it just surprised me, the fact that this didn't work. But it then made me realise, well, because the next day I woke up and I hated myself, but not due to depression, due to the fact that I'd even gone down that route. So then I did actually, like, really start to try and get better. Yeah. This has been a bit of a ramble at the moment. I'm sorry. Like, there has been a structure to it and explaining my feelings, but I've not done anything in order, and that's what's made my hand cold. Sorry. As I've said at the beginning of this video, if this is hard to watch, you don't have to watch it. I'm not asking you to watch this video all the way through. If you made it to this part, then great. You've watched me walk about and talk about killing myself. Yeah. There's something else I was gonna say. Try not to stop outside of houses, because it is kind of weird. A guy talking into his phone, literally walking past houses. Don't people see me? I don't like people. Yeah, Facebook's been an interesting thing as well when it's come to anything like this. Because I have started posting on Facebook, like, looking back, really weird things. But the most recent one I remember posting, and this is where I realised everything just has to, so I realised I have to stop myself and really think about everything, is I'd posted, like, I was had a fallout, but how to put it, some people were asking quite a few questions that I felt I didn't need to keep answering. And, like, they're asking, I don't want to say what they're asking, but my answer to this was, I have changed. This is kind of the point of the video, that I do change. People change. But then I put on Facebook something that went along the lines of, and I'm going to try and remember it properly. One thing you need to know is people change. If you can't handle this fact, then fuck off out of my life. I'll get used to who I've become. There was something like that, and the next day, I had someone say to me, like, I'd asked them a simple question, and I sort of knew they'd read it. So when I asked him this question, I don't say what the question is, but he basically says, I don't know, are you trying to ditch people from your life now? I'm like, no, what do you mean? Then he screenshot the post and I had to explain it. Yay! This is really weird, but this is also really good therapy. Like, genuinely, this is good. But you can understand, like, anyone who's watching this video can probably understand why I don't want to film this in my house because I don't want people hearing me, and then it goes on YouTube and yay. I'm probably going to have to change the title of this video to what I'm going to call it. I killed myself, clickbait. Okay, I do have to stop being like light about that, because otherwise it is like a really serious topic, and even though I've gone for it, I'm trying to turn it into a joke. Well, I'm not trying, but I'm not succeeding either. It's like I'm making jokes and I do need to stop. That's all else I need to say. But yeah, in conclusion, I've changed. Hi, new me. I do think I need to try and become my old self. Like, that's kind of my conclusion. After all that stuff I've talked about, my actual conclusion to all this, since there actually is one, is I do need to change who I am. I'm not crying about where, literally my no savage there. Yeah. Hopefully the next video I upload will be more light-hearted. I do have another story that I want to tell that's completely different. But yeah, until that video comes out, which will be a lot of a more lighter one, just live life. Like, YouTubers always have outros. I've even had my outro, but at the end of the day, they don't mean out. It may look like I'm going into like another mood now. I'm not, but I showed just not about to say, because I'm going to do my usual bye guys, you know, like the sign off thing. I realised YouTube outros are so generic. Like, why can't YouTubers end videos with an actual bit of advice? And I'm going to give you advice right now. If you're only ever going to take one bit of advice I give you, or any YouTuber gives you, this should be it. Live your life, don't let people change you. You know, I don't know how to explain this without sounding like really generic, but no one should have to go through what I have gone through. No one should have to go to the resorts that I've gone through. If you're feeling shit, talk to someone. Like, genuine. Okay, this is how I'm actually going to give you some advice, and it's something I wish I'd have done, was talk. Because when I was feeling shit, like loads of times, I wasn't talking to people. I was keeping it all inside. That then did actually end up driving me to try and do what I actually talked about. But like, yeah, I know I just said live life, but if you're feeling down, I don't think there is not a friend that you have that would let you suffer. And I need to get over this road. Okay. Yeah, like, if you're feeling shit, just message your friend, say, have you got time to talk? Don't, like, I'm sure any friend will have time to talk.